So Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2, player ratings. RIP to Jez. Thoughts and feelings are with his family. Like, sad news. He put it in the chat tonight. I hope he don't mind me mentioning this. Like, he doesn't know that I've mentioned this, but he left the game at halftime. He was at the game. His mother got taken ill, and sadly, she passed away. And he had to do that drive back from Manchester all the way back down south, knowing that his mum's passed away. And Kenny, listen, man, Jez is a real one, bro. And
my heart goes out with him. Goes out him because mums, losing mums as well. You know what I mean? And that's the worst sort. That's got to be the worst grief that you could ever go for, because the end of the day, you just don't see it coming. Doesn't matter whether you lose your mum when you're a child, or whether you lose your mum as a teenager in your 20s or 40s. It's still a blow. It's still a blow. And my heart just goes out to him and his sisters, all his family, because they're feeling it now, and they just don't know what to do with themselves.
100%, mate. I can't even imagine. Like, listen, touch wood, my mum's still here, yeah, but I can't even imagine that drive back from Manchester, yeah, knowing that your mother's part. Oh, mate, I can't, mate. Even saying it's fucking making me sad.
There is basically nothing you can do. Nothing you could do. All you could do is just like, trust me, you're going to have to process it to get, and it is going to be a punch in the stomach where you're going to feel no pain, and it's going to be mental and physical pain, and we're all here for Jez. If he just wants to talk, you know what I mean?
Love him.
And he has to process it and just take his time. There's no rush or anything. There's no there's no mental way to deal with this. Doesn't matter whether you lost one parent. It's still a shock when you lose the other one.
100%. Listen, we've lost a lot of good people this year, mate, and it's kind of sad. But listen, this is player ratings. Big up to everyone who is tuned in. It's 3:45 as we record this in Spain. 2:45. Big up Kenny Ken. I know wifey's probably like, whoa, why are you still awake? So we're going to do this as quick as we can. I know Kenny's got work tomorrow. Aaron Ramsdale.
You know what, Ramsdale, he didn't have a chance for any of the goals, let's be honest. The first goal, he got a hand to it, but Fernandes hit the ball so hard. Ronaldo's finishing for the second goal was just fantastic. The penalty, he didn't really, apart from that, he didn't really have much to do. And a lot of the shots that went, were half chances, and his handling was really good. He looked solid. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I think his distribution tonight was kind of decent as well. And there was times where I was like, oh my God, it's like Leno setting. It's like, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. But he was cool. It was calm. Let's go to Tommy Cafu. Sorry, Tommy Yasu. Tommy Yasu, not Tommy Cafu. Tommy Yasu.
You know what? I think on the whole, he did okay. But I think what's happened is that when Man United got in the ascendancy, he struggled with them overlapping. If you look at like the first goal was down his side, but apart from that, Sancho and Rashford didn't really go at him too much. They tended to sort of like do 1-2s and just try and get the ball over top of him and get behind him. And so he didn't do too badly, but I think as collectively, individually, I'll give him a 5. But collectively, I think this is where we're going to have a few more problems when we get into the player ratings.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was good at times tonight, but at the same time, liability. Let's go the opposite side. I know you like to pronounce his name.
Yeah, Tavares. You know the thing with Tavares, right? You know what? He's going to get games like this. He's going to get games where Man United are going to try and get that right outside. And I think he had a different kind of target. I think the thing with Tavares is that he had a different kind of person to deal. Because Dallo is is the opposite of
He
Wan-Bissaka.
played well tonight, hello.
Yeah,
He played
so
very well.
Wan-Bissaka's like excellent defensively, brilliant, first class. But going forward, you know, he doesn't have that final ball. So I think what's happened is that it was a different kind of threat that Tavares was going to follow. And another thing that went against Tavares as well was that the overlap as well. He got caught out a few times, especially in the second half. But all in all, again, he didn't hide. You know, I'll give him a 5, but you know, I still think that. I know a lot of people think, you know, maybe it's time for Tierney to get back in his team, but to be honest, I wouldn't use this as against him to get against him. Tierney will come back, but right now, I wouldn't use this performance to bring Tierney back in the team because I think this is.
He weren't poor, but he weren't great.
Yeah, I think there was extenuating circumstances in the fact of our mentality this match, and it was just 1/11th of part of that mentality which comes from our coach.
100%. Let's go to the centre backs. Benjamin White.
You know, Ben White did do too bad. You know, he was solid. He tried to bring the ball out. He wasn't able to do that as much because Man United were getting in amongst him. But again, he didn't too badly as well. But it's one of those things is that when there's a deluge, there's pressure, you know, you are going to succumb. And, you know, I'm going to give Benjamin a 5.
His partner in crime, Gabriel.
You know what, Gabriel, he was probably the better defender today, rather than Ben White, which is not always the case. I think Gabriel got a 6. I thought he did really well, and I wouldn't have kind of put him at fault for any of the goals. And you know, he was solid, you know, and he was robust, and you know, he had a chance where he hit his back and he could have scored as well. But all in all, did his work quite well. But you know, it was all to no avail because I think collectively our negativity cost us today, and I don't think it's down to one person.
Yeah, 100%. And it was funny because in the build-up to the game, all the previews, all the shows I did, I was like, Ronaldo is going to target Benjamin White. Yeah, he's going to target him. If he sticks to Gabriel, it's more of a hard game for Ronaldo. Yeah, physically. Yeah. And that proved the case because
definitely.
Ronaldo
he was smart.
Was nowhere near Gabriel today. He was more
smart. I think Cristiano Ronaldo, what he did is that he stays still in the box. You know, like when the crosses went in, he just stood still, just basically was in a position where Rashford puts a cross in and he says, right, I don't need to move because if it comes to me, boom, it's only going to be first time in that back of the net. And he did that. If he was like, you know, like a buzzy bee, he would never have got that position to put that ball away.
100%. Let's move into midfield. Mohamed El-Neni.
Well, the thing with Mohamed El-Neni is that he's going to probably get blamed a lot, but I think his selection emphasises our manager, and I think we're going to get to that later. But when you play Mohamed El-Neni instead of Albert or Ainsley Maitland-Niles, then what you're saying is that you're there to make yourself difficult to beat and see if you can nick something. But at all times, make yourself compact and make sure you're not outnumbered when the opposition is on the attack. And that's safety first matches. That's what El-Neni was in the team for. To be honest, he didn't do anything wrong, but he wasn't in a position where, and he probably wasn't selected to win us the game. So again, you ask yourself, what's the point? What's the point of his team selection? So I can only give him a 5.
The reason he was in the team, Kenny, is because he was pressing in the 93rd minute last season. Yeah.
But I think his inclusion in a game like today, when Man United are there for the taking, emphasises everything that we've been saying about this coach. And you know, I'll save it to when we do our ratings on the manager.
Yeah, we'll save it. Let's go to his partner in crime in midfield. Somebody that's so frustrating, and it's a player that I think we all want to really succeed at Arsenal.
He's top class. He's top class.
He is top class, Thomas Partey. But what's happened, Kenny? Like he was poor again.
I'll tell you what's happened is that you saw the class thing he did because the fact that he was involved in a Maori equaliser. But the problem with Thomas Partey is, again, he needs a partner who's athletic, who's not there just to stop the opposition from playing and to put numbers in midfield. Just in midfield, you need someone athletic who's going to go when he's holding, and then vice versa, partner. That's what he needs. In saying that, he needs to adapt to the pace of England's in game. So what he needs to do is that he has to earn the right to have that much time on the ball, which means sometimes get it, move it quickly, then move. Sometimes he gets the ball and he's thinking, I've got so much time here. You don't normally get that in English football, especially when teams like Man United were trying to mix it up between getting the first press. So I can only give Thomas a 5.
Yeah, mate, I think that's a bit generous. I can't lie. I thought it was shocking. Let's move on. Let's go to Smith Rowe.
You know what, Smith Rowe, I think he struggled today. He scored a goal, which is bizarre. But I thought it
was off key, wasn't it? It was like, why was off key so long to give the goal?
It was off key. It was definitely a goal because for some reason the referee made a complete fool of himself by not blowing a whistle. David Hayes should have, what he should have done is that he shouldn't have gone down. He should have tried to make a save, and then if he made the save, drop on the ball and kick it out, and then go down. But instead of going down like a dead fly, that cost his team a goal. So that it was down to the referee's incompetence, and David Hayes just basically. I wouldn't use that word in front of kids, but I'll just say he needs to be have more hairs in his chest. That was very much a manly situation which he got himself into. But in terms of like Emil, I think he got overwhelmed by the situation. He wasn't the creative force that I thought he would. He deserved to be taken off. I can only give Emil a 4.
Wow.
Even if he scored, I know he scored, but come on, that was a fortuitous goal because of referee incompetence, which favoured us, and their goalkeeper going down like a sack of spuds and not showing any bravery, no testicular fortitude. So that's what's caused them. That's what got us into the lead. But apart from that, I just felt that Emil Smith Rowe struggled today. I think.
Let's move on to Gibraltar. Sorry, Odegaard, not Gibraltar. He's now Man United guard. Man United guard.
You know what? He's an interesting one because he actually had a better game than Emil.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with yourself because there's good Odegaard, i.e. scoring a goal and creating that chance for Martinelli, which Martinelli put wide. Yeah. And there's the bad Odegaard. Not so much the penalty, but he kind of faded in the second half. So for me, I can give him a 6. I won't condemn him too much for that penalty, but I will say.
Let me come to that penalty, right? So, do you think he was within his rights to go for that? Because if he didn't, Fred's in. Like Fred's gone. Yeah, and obviously he had runners off of him to the right. Yeah,
he's an attacker, isn't he?
Then it's either a shot on goal or a square pass for a shot on goal, which could lead to a goal, or a corner, or a parry and then a tap in. Do you think he was within his rights to do that?
Well, I don't know, man. He should have let Fred have the ball because remember against Chelsea when Fred was given a ball by Mendy. He tried to chip a goalkeeper at 6'7". That went well. So I don't think you had too much to worry if Fred was in an our goal. I know Ramsdale's 6'3", but I think Ramsdale would have fancied his chances if Fred was in on goal. However, Fred did create Man United's equaliser. But saying that, it was a forwards tackle, wasn't it? Naive.
Hey, listen, I think Fred was their best player. Fred
was the man of match. He was the man of the match for me.
He was immense.
I thought he was man of the match for me. I think Odegaard, it was a forwards tackle, and he panicked because he was out of position, He's on the wrong side. And again, once again, I thought Martin Atkinson made a terrible decision, which I hoped was going to go in our favour. I think, let's face it, Martin Atkinson was embarrassing today because after he felt he made a mistake in allowing our goal to stand. I was saying to people in my a mate of mine, I said, look, Man United are going to get every decision, and I think mentally, I think he gave Man United a decision, and then because he made the balls up of our goal, which favoured us, because it was a goal, and he was a goal, and he didn't have the balls to actually point to the spot. He thought his mates in the referee centres were going to get him out of it, and today he bottled that decision because he said no penalty. But let's face it, when I saw it on the screen, the first thing I thought was penalty, and I'm sure you felt the same thing as well. 100%. I thought penalty.
100%. I was shocked. Like, Martin Atkinson's normally a good not a goalkeeper. He's normally a good referee. Yeah. And he is normally fairly consistent with. You can normally understand what his decisions are. You can understand how he gets to the decision. Yeah. So it's like today he ducks from Smith Rowe, but then he ducks and then he realizes, oh my God, the keeper's on the floor. Oh, let me blow. But by the time he blew, the ball's in the back of the net. So now it's
too late.
That's too late.
Too late.
If he had blown that before the ball goes across the line, can't give it. Yeah.
Can't give it.
And it was like the same with the pen. I'm like, bro, this guy is going to try and level it up because he fucked up. Yeah, but he didn't. And I was
I think he bottled that. I think he probably bottled the decision because it's another big decision that he's got to have to make. So once again, he wanted his mates in the referee centre to kind of
and this is the
help
problem
him out.
with VAR. It's like the referees have now, they're in the spotlight, but at the same time, they're in the spotlight, but then they're like, oh, I'll pass that on to you.
Yeah, I think
the problem. So if anyone wants to give it to Bertie, it's not against me anymore. It's against you.
Definitely. But, I don't think the referee today would be happy with his performance if he's to sort of self-assess himself. I'm sure if Mark Riley went up to him and said, mate, how do you think you've done? I don't think he'll mark himself highly today.
Mike Riley will probably promote him, mate.
Yeah, probably.
Let's move on to Gabriel Martinelli. Back in the starting 11. First time he started for a long, long time.
Fantastic. Good performance.
Got assist for the on-guard goal. I thought he was sick, mate. I thought he was my man of the match.
Hungry. He was hungry today. And he justified his team selection. Very, very hungry. There's no way that if anyone was getting hooked off, it's going to be him because he looked the most likely to create something for us. And I thought today, he was he was using his speed. He was like giving them, like I said, Telesh a hard time. And let's face it, you know what? He's got a lot to prove today because he's been left out. He hasn't even got on in certain matches, and he thinks, right, I'm going to show this guy what I'm made of. And today, today's performance, I'm going to give him a 7 because I thought, what, that's a very, very good performance for him. I like to give him a bit higher, but was that?
Was he your man of the match?
For us, for me, yes.
Do you know what I thought was good about him? Yeah, it's like the guy has been sat on the bench week after week after week. He's been watching Bukayo Saka like dropping 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Yeah, he's seeing like Pepe come on, and then all of a sudden he comes on, bang, goal. Yeah, now he gets a start. Do you know what was the highlight for me of the whole game? Was when he barged into Maguire and he bounced off of him and he went for Telles as well. I was like, my striker, my guy. Yeah, it was like, you want it with him. Yeah,
do you remember when Telles, when he made that tackle, he started going, yeah, man, I'm not having it from you. Boom, boom. And I think that's the thing. You ain't going to know whether he's consistent enough if he's not going to get games. But he's give him a situation there where, you know, give the kid a chance. Give the kid a chance.
Even
Because
when he went to the left-hand side,
mm,
he flipped to the left, didn't he, when Saka came on? And it was like you want it. You want it. You can see the guy wants it. And even the run that he made a mad run over halfway. He's dribbling, and that was the Aubameyang chance, which P-roll shot. Yeah, but it was like you've dribbled. You're driving. You've had the vision. You suck players in. Boom to Aubameyang. If Aubameyang gets a bit of whip on it, excuse me. If Aubameyang gets a bit of whip on it, it probably goes in the back of the net. Yeah? But Aubameyang scuffed it. Yeah, he took it to probably
story of Aubameyang's life, innit?
Yeah, he took it a little bit too quick. Yeah, or a little bit too late. It was like you didn't time it properly. If you come onto that ball properly, you whippage, and normally you put that top bins. But it was like you either did it too late or too early, whatever it was. But it was like that was Martinelli driving. I'm like, I fucking love this kid, mate. He is for me. Yeah, I don't know about you, Kenny, but for me, Martinelli is the most talented member of our squad.
Street footballer. He's a street footballer. Street footballers are invariably cleverer than the coach player, because the street footballer tends to play in confined spaces. So they tend to be able, because they play in these confined spaces in the street, they're able to score goals from different angles. They have to have strong, good ball control, because there's not enough space for them to play, and also most importantly, because they probably played in unorganised matches, they've got to be tough as well. And you know, you look at players like, you know, Luis Suarez, you know, Carlos Tevez, Alexis Sanchez, Wayne Rooney,
Aguero.
Aguero. They're street. They're what I call like street footballers. And I put what's the name? I put, you know, Martinelli in that category. But you look at players like Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi. They're well coached players. Yeah. But they transcend the sort of prototypes, because they have natural ability. Although, let's face it, those two are just robots.
Yeah,
robots.
Like, I mean, come on, aliens.
1,059 appearances.
The Lewandowski Messi debate, because that'll go on forever.
No, let's see. But to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, 1,059 appearances and 801 goals. I think you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair play. Listen, I don't rate Ronaldo above Messi.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
I think Messi is just like, you're just a joke, bruv. Like, I remember, you remember it, the debut of Leo Messi, 17-year-old Leo Messi, Ronald, chipping the ball, he scores, offside. 30 seconds later, they do it again. It's like, you're taking the piss. Yeah, and he scores. Yeah, different finish, but same type of thing. Yeah, and it's like, then I see him do the mad goal, the Maradona goal. I remember I've watched most of Messi's career live, like on TV, but we've been privileged enough to see Leo Messi live. Yeah, you was there when Ibra chipped Almunia. But let me ask you this, right? And I'm not going to tell you my guy until you tell me your guy. That night in the 2-2 when Theo Walcott come on, I think Fabregas scored with a broken leg, yeah? Right? That night, Leo Messi was pretty shit, I can't lie. Yeah. Who was the best player on the pitch?
The 2-2?
Yeah, in the 2-2 where Ibra scored the 2, who was the best player? He didn't give the ball away the whole game. Like, literally. That gives you a clue. Come on, Kenny, you remembered it. I know you're thinking in your brain. You're like,
thinking of it, bloody hell, that was about that's about 11 years ago.
2000 and I think it was 2010.
It was 2010 because Henri came on a substitute.
Yeah. Who did not give the ball away? Almunia, by the way, made about 15 saves in the first half. He was fucking mad.
Oh, right? You know what?
It's Xavi Hernandez.
I remember. I was going to say it because I remember it now. I remember every time he got the ball. I remember every time Xavi got the ball, I was thinking, he lends the ball.
All the way, Kenny.
He just lends the ball, gets the ball, and And the thing is, I was actually watching it. I was thinking, that guy's got so much time on a football field. How is this possible? And I remember,
out of all of the players I've seen live, and I've seen Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldinho, yeah, Rivaldo, yeah, Batistuta. I've seen so many good footballers live. Yeah, out of all of the players I've seen live, Xavi, that performance that fucking night against us, and I paid £450 for that ticket off a tickets out. Yeah, yeah, I paid £450 for that ticket.
What, 90 minutes football?
My sister texted me and said, "Who's the quick guy that's come on for Arsenal? He's really fast." I said, "Theo Walcott." yeah, he scared the shit out of it. But that night, yeah, that was the best performance I have seen from a footballer live ever. Was Xavi Hernandez? He never gave the away, mate. He was fucking.
He's definitely. But the thing about Xavi Hernandez is that, it's one of those things where, like, they had a great side with Andre Iniesta as well.
Yeah.
As well, because he's another one who just finds space, who just basically plays just in front of Xavi and just plays.
So talented, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're so schooled. Like, it's a different school. It's like a different type of school. It's like, we get schooled over here. Like, the Germans get schooled differently. The Spanish, bro. I got in an Uber yesterday, right? And the guy had the football on. And I was like, "Oh, Copa del Rey." He said, No. La Liga. I said, La Liga. He was like, See. I said, who? Real Madrid versus Bilbao. Atletico Bilbao. I said, oh, I see. It was the extra game because the game got called off. Yeah. I said, you Real Madrid? He says, see. I said, and he was like, yeah. He goes, Ronaldo, go. He goes, Te amo. Ronaldo, where you go? He goes, now we got Rodrigo, we got Toni Kroos, Modric. Yeah. Who is the other one? Who was the other guy? Vinicius Jr.
Yeah.
And he was just reeling names off. Casemiro. I'm like, on my days, yeah. And he's reeling names off. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, do you think that Real Madrid can be the superpower again? He said, let me tell you something. He can speak perfect English. He goes, let me tell you something. He goes, Real Madrid will not be a superpower for the next 5 years. He goes, but in 5 years' time, we dominate. Yeah, we dominate. And he said, because we're coming to the end. We've got Modric coming to the end, Kroos coming to the end, Casemiro coming to the end.
Yeah.
He goes, Varane's left, Ramos has left, yeah, Ronaldo's left. He goes, we've had all these big men leave the club. He goes, but in 5 years' time, because we've got all these top players come through the club. He goes, next year, he even said to me, he goes, 2022, Mbappe. He goes, Mbappe's coming. Mbappe's coming.
Yeah, he's coming. He wants to come.
Mbappe's coming. Yeah, and I was like, yo, you think Mbappe's coming? He's like, yeah, Mbappe's coming. It's like, but they have the white flags out over here, bruv. Yeah, like they get the handkerchiefs out. Yeah, it's like you have a couple of bad games, handkerchiefs are out. Yeah, it's mad.
We're too nice things, aren't we?
Right, mate. Apparently we're negative, but over here, they start punching up cars.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Anyway, let's move on. Aubameyang. Maybe we should punch up his car.
You know what? He's like everyone. You know what? If you, I can only go by the comments from Thierry. Thierry was saying.
I didn't even hear what he said.
Well, Thierry was saying about he thinks there's something wrong behind the scenes between Arteta and Aubameyang because he's captain, his talisman.
His bullshit fucking low block tactics, bro.
Yeah. And so he's
Unai Emery had him balling. Let's be real.
Yeah, definitely. So he's saying that there's a problem that why take off your number one striker when you need a goal? Yeah. He's saying that. Alan Shearer agreed with him, but he said, well, hang on here. He didn't look like scoring. And that's a problem. How many games have you watched Aubameyang this season and the season before then where you said, well, he doesn't look like scoring? And there's just too many games. Like
that's Arteta attacks.
You could say the thing is, right, you could say Arteta, and to a certain extent, I'm going to get to Arteta, but it's getting to a situation where fans now are calling for him to be dropped. And
100%. I want him dropped. Bro, if he don't score, he does nothing.
And I don't want him dropped. I want a situation where we buy in January, because I think if we stick with Aubameyang and we play the same way we are before, then you forget the top four, forget Europe, because these results are only, and these performances are only going to get us where we were finished last season, the season before, 8th place. Yeah. This is an 8th place team, the way we're playing.
That's where we're at, mate. I'll take
I'm going to give Aubameyang. You know what? I gave him a low mark on when we beat Newcastle. He was a bit better than Newcastle. I'm going to give him a 3.
Kenny, you're so generous.
Let's
go through the subs real quick. Bukayo Saka.
Well, what was the point of that? What's the point of bringing him on?
My daughter's got a harder shot than Bukayo Saka, by the way.
What's the point of bringing him on when if he's not 100% fit to start, he shouldn't have been in a squad. Yeah. That was just desperation bringing him on.
That's the final nail in Pepe's coffin.
Yeah, that's an insult to Pepe. Worse still, when he came on, he might as well have been another midfielder, because he certainly was an attacking threat.
His shots, oh my days! I swear, my 12-year-old Kenny, your daughter would hit the ball harder than him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look, why is he shooting with his right foot when he's left-footed? It's like you've got acres of space, but you shift it from your left to your right. Mm-hmm. It's like, why don't you open it up and whippage? If that's Pepe, it's a goal.
I think what's happening again is he needs to vary his game, because teams are working him out. But for me, I'm going to give him a 4, and that's generous. Generous.
That's way generous. I'm not arguing. It's your player ratings. Let's go to Alex Lacazette.
Well, Alex Lacazette, he came on too late for my thing, because he could have taken Aubameyang on a long time before that. And then the thing is, you bring Lacazette on, but we didn't have enough of sort of bodies up front, and then we didn't have enough sort of enough of the possession to get him into the game. So he worked hard a lot of times without the ball with his back to goal. I can only give him a 4 as well.
Let's go to
Nketiah.
Yes. Call me on my cell phone late at night when you need a goal, yeah? How did he come on over Nicola Pepe, bro?
Well, I think Eddie Nketiah, again, it says a lot that the guy has said he wants to leave the football club, which he's entitled to do, and that he gets on. So you have to ask yourself, what has Balogun done wrong since Brentford? So because we lost against Brentford, you're not playing him again. I mean, and then you go and play this guy in the League Cup. I mean, the guy wants to leave. Stop trying to persuade this guy to stay. The guy don't want to be here.
Last contract, bro. Balogun's just signed. This guy's out of contract. Yeah. You're playing this guy, and you're playing him over Pepe and Balogun. And it's like,
well, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to give him a mark. I'm going to give him a 2. That's his mark. But you know what's going to happen with Mikel. He's not going to grow a pair. He's going to bottle it like we know he's going to do it. And what he's going to do, he's going to sort of, if anyone's going to go, it won't be Aubameyang, it won't be Lacazette, it'll be Nketiah. Because he'll be the easy people to go. And then he'll say, oh, that's it. I'll get another striker to replace Nketiah.
Yeah. Which will promote Balogun.
Yeah. So, again, you've got to look at this whole situation is that give the guy a chance. Give Balogun a chance. Give it a chance. But then again, if you're going to give Balogun a chance, change the way you play. Change that style of play. But if you don't, you're wasting a youngster's career, Mikel.
Bro, he's a talent killer. He's the enemy of football. Yeah. And I've said this for a long time. Let's do a 3-2-1 countdown. And we'll do manager rating. Because it's your player ratings. You're bigger than me. I'm not going to argue with you, Kenny. Right? Yeah. Your biceps are bigger than my whole body.
No, I don't know. I've been training for a long time.
You're looking kind of skinny, Kenny. I can't lie. You need to get back in the gym. Let's do a 3-2-1. And then we'll do manager rating. 3, 2, 1, 4.
4.
The only reason I gave him a 4 is because I rate that he went to Old Trafford and stuck it on him. Yeah. But when you stuck it on him, you stopped sticking it on him. And then when it needed to not be stuck on him, you stuck it on him. It was like you stuck it on him, you stopped, but no, keep going. We're 1-0 up. Let's go. Pump them. And then we go 2-2. Now, yeah, sit back and retreat. Yeah, calm. Yeah, calm. We've gone 1-0. Stick it on them. 1-0. Stick it on them. They're fucking flapping.
The great man said that. The great man said that as well. The great man in the studio box said it. You know, he would never agree with him. And female again,
bro, 1-0 up. Yeah, 1-0 up. They were shitting their pants. Yeah, right.
Ready for taking
on them. We sat back. Then when we're 2-2, we went all out attack. It's like, what the fuck? You've done it back to front.
Yeah, but it's desperation. I think with Mikel Arteta, again, you've got to ask yourself a question: what do you prefer? If you want an Arsenal team that's organised, you know, it's difficult to beat, you know, is strong defensively, then Mikel Arteta is your man. But you want an Arsenal manager who plays attractive football, you know, goes to place to Old Trafford, that takes, you know, basically is ruthless when the opposition's on its knees, has a front three that's functioning well consistently, then Mikel Arteta's not your man. Yeah. He's put organisation, you know, pressing and good defence above the most important thing, which is attacking, and that is going to be his epitaph, and that eventually will turn a lot of fans against him, because what will happen is that you'll see the odd victory here and there, but you'll find that this team's going to fade, because teams are going to think, you know what, if we do to Arsenal what Arsenal are doing to a lot of teams, make themselves difficult to beat, and we score the first goal against these lot,
yeah, they're fouled.
We can win the game, and I think that's what Michel's reduced us to.
Bro,
he's negative.
The mad thing is that we are so passive, and it's like, you know, we have lost 18 out of 52 league games. People need to remember this. 18 out of 52 league games. That's more than 1/3, yeah, of Mikel Arteta, yeah, in the last since his first full season to now. We've lost 18 out of 52. Yeah? That's mad. You've lost 18 fucking games, but apparently he's fixed the defence. Yeah?
Well, but the thing about it is that the reason why he has lost those amount of games is because what's happening is that you are difficult to beat. But, you know, apart from Liverpool, we're not getting thrashed and embarrassed. All right, Liverpool Man City was embarrassing.
People are buying into it, Kenny. But we're not getting countered and 30 shots.
And that's what I'm trying to say. If you prefer that kind of football, then Mikel Arteta is your mate. And then fine. But if you want to win things, want to challenge for the league, you want to get into the top 4 or even get into Europe, then Mikel Arteta is not your man, because to challenge for the league, to get in the top 4, you need to be strong in the attacking areas. And we're not strong in the attacking areas because there's too much concentration on being compact with or without the ball, and being strong defensively. 100%. You know, that what that's going to do is that you're going to have the good performances like we did against Leicester, and we're going to make ourselves difficult to beat. But if you want to sort of, make a noise and actually win games consistently, you're going to have to get Aubameyang scoring again. You've got to get more goals from Lacazette. You've got to get goals from Odegaard. You've got to be an attacking side and let the team play their strengths. Because what's happening right now is the team players are so programmed to what Mikel does. They don't seem to be able to
transfer. He's given up, mate. He's given up. He's like, I'm giving up, mate. I'm done. I can't deal with this shit anymore.
You can't. But the problem is Mikel is so intent in trying to get us to be that kind of side that he's killed our attack. So when people say,
bro, he was the fucking defensive spark at Man City. Yeah. Pep was the attacking spark. Bruv, name a manager that has gone from being ultra defensive to suddenly getting all of the 11 players he needs at £50 million a pop to ultra attacking. There's no manager in world football that's ever done it.
Yeah, but if you speak to Mikel, if you speak to Mikel Arteta, he would say that Arsenal do play good football, and they do. He's in established positions.
He'll tell you the sky's green.
Yeah, of course he's going to do it, but the fact,
scumbag.
Yeah,
I can't stand him.
I hear what you're saying, but the thing is, the proof's in the pudding. In terms of like the results, even when we were winning, we had concerns about our front three. And the thing is that the other podcasts were having the same concerns. After Newcastle, people were worried about our attacking third. No, that's the thing. It's not a case of them. It's not a case of them taking pot shots at them. I'm just trying to say is that across the board, Arsenal fans do have concerns about our style of play. They were having the same concerns even before we played today. There was the same concerns about Aubameyang's utility to the team. So it's not just me and you and Jez who are having these conversations. It's everyone across the board. They're still, hot. But it's to say we're half empty. A lot of Arsenal fans, even the positive ones, are half empty when it comes to Mikel.
Yeah, because they can't back their talk. And on that bombshell, Kenny, it's 4:23 a.m. Spanish time.
Well, so I've got to go to bed.
Yeah, UK time. Kenny, I love you. Thank you for coming on.
No, I enjoyed myself. But
go and get bed. Cuddle Mrs. Kenny Ken. Go and do what you're doing. Snuggle up to wifey.
I'll tell you one thing. It's bloody freezing, so I'm going to get straight.
Mate, I had this fucking blanket around me earlier. I was looking like ET, bruv. Yeah, I was sitting like earlier on like ET. Yeah,
you know what you need to do. You need to get some lamp.
I've got the heating on, bruv. Yeah, fucking ET phone home.
you need to get some. You need to get some laminate flooring. I'll tell you, if you get
Kenny, watch. This is Spaniel, yeah. This is Spaniel. Fuck this fucking. Get this thing off me. This is Spaniel. Watch. Look. So you see the flooring? The flooring is marble flooring. Look.
Yeah.
Marble flooring. Yeah.
Well, bloody hell. Well, it's cold. It's really cold, isn't it?
So when it goes below 25 degrees, I'm fucking freezing. Yeah. Which is why I have got the fucking heating.
Yeah.
I'm 30 degrees.
Don't blame you.
I've got the blankie. Yeah, the little blankie. Come on. Yeah. Bruv, trust me. As soon as it goes below 25 degrees here, oh my days, it's cold. And I'm skinny. Yeah, you're a big guy, Kenny, so you can take the heat.
Me.
Yeah,
you don't want to be in the UK.
It's cold. Yeah, but me, I'm a skinny guy. I'm a twig. You've seen me, Kenny. You said to me,
loads of times.
I can see them legs a mile away. You said that to me.
Yeah, but I'm telling you one thing right now. At this moment of time, I'd rather be with you right now than I'm here because it's bloody freezing.
Kenny, you're welcome here anytime you want, mate. Yeah,
right.
I've told you this. I love you. Big up to you and your family. Big up to Jez. Big up to Jez's family.
Jez, we're thinking of you, mate. We're thinking of you,
love
mate.
Him. Big up to everyone in the chat. We're out of here.
We're out of here.
Arteta. Arteta out.
Arteta out.